Look at those. What's going on, y'all? So I just got done watching Pokemon movie 15, Kyurem versus the Swords of Justice, and it was okay. You know, it wasn't really one of the best Pokemon movies that I've seen, but it was still entertaining at least, to say the least. But let's get into it. So, quick little short synopsis of the movie. Basically, Keldeo wants to be part of the Swords of Justice. You know, Cabellian, Verizon, Triskelion. And in order to do that, he has to defeat Kyurem and keep training so his horn will grow and his sword will come out. So he encounters Ash, and I don't know how Ash always ends up in these situations, you know, these life or death situations, you know, from the first movie all the way down to this one. It's like such a coincidence that Ash happens to be in events that occur about, you know, the world ending or the world in mass destruction or just some dire threat. Now, it definitely had a little Pokemon movie cliche. You know what I'm talking about. You know, how in all the movies, the main Pokemon speaks. You know, not saying his name, you know, like on the show, but like speech, real dialogue, like how I'm talking right now. And like how you guys comment and how we speak daily, whether it be a different language or in English. You know, that's Pokemon movie cliche, right? That and Ash in these situations. Now, on the beginning of the movie, you know, when Ash and friends are boarding the train, you see Scraggy, you know, getting left behind a little bit, and they run outside to try to get him, and, you know, he has Snivy use Vine Whip, but how come he just didn't put him in his Pokeball? Sometimes Ash is retarded. Okay, so, like, in the middle of the movie, we see Iris, Silent, and Ash and company, you know, escaping these cryogonals, right? In the subway trains, and they go to like this hidden museum, you know, full of vehicles like trains, all cars, blimps. How did Iris know how to fly a blimp? You know, that's just me. The animation was definite eye candy. It was just real a sight for sore eyes. That's how beautiful it was. It was real, real clean and crisp and smooth. You know, now Keldeo was voiced by Vic Mignogna, who also plays Edward Elric, you know, part of my favorite animes, Full Metal Alchemist. Well, I like Brotherhood the best, but I digress. And it was funny because, you know, how Keldeo knows still moves, even though he's a water and fighting type. I was still thinking of Ed the whole entire time. Like, what if they had a Pokemon Full Metal crossover? That'd be something. But all I can imagine was, you know how Edward does that little, how he transmutes his arm and has like a little blade come out. That's what I was thinking the whole time when Keldeo had his sword come out his head. I was like, wow, look at Edward Elric. It would be tight if Pokemon had a move called Alchemy. That'd be tight. But it was still pretty entertaining to see. It was pretty ecstatic to see Vic Mignogna back voicing Keldeo. You know, first they had Goku, aka Sean Schemmel, voice Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, and now they have Edward Elric, aka Vic Mignogna, voicing Keldeo. So that who's next? They're gonna have the voice of Luffy. So all in all, I give this movie a 3 out of 5. Well, I'll be modest, maybe 3.5 out of 5, because it just didn't really have that spark as the other movies had. You know, my favorite Pokemon movies are, of course, the first 3, and Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, just them 4. You know, the other ones are just entertaining, but just those 4 really stand out to me. And this one could have stood out, but it was just missing something. Like, you know, it was like serving a cake, but had left half the ingredients out. You know, that it wasn't fully cooked. So that wraps up my blog about Kyurem versus Swords of Justice. Did you guys see the movie? And what's your favorite Pokemon movie? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure y'all subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, stay in contact with me, share this video, like the video, post a video response, do whatever y'all can to stay in contact with me. Other than that, go catch them all. Oh, and Ash is coming close, y'all, in that Unova League. This may be like the first time he actually wins an actual, real, authentic league tournament, you know, not the Orange Island, because I don't count, because it wasn't in the games. I'm talking about a real tournament, like this Unova League.